Hey, Robby, brother.
There he is.
Let's do it.
There we go. Tell the audience what it's like to play at the World Series.
Everything's electric. The whole city's electric. And you're walking into the stadium. I mean, it's just different than anything else. And then you realize what you're doing. You know, you're actually, geez, I'm playing the World Series, you know.
Yeah.
Because Josh mentioned 2004. That was when the curse was killed. And that was my first year. This is unreal. My first year, I'm going to the World Series. And then the unimaginable happened. You know, they actually won 4 in a row. And like I said, that killed the curse of the Bambino, too.
Funny, because my first year was the year before when Aaron Boone hit the walk-off. And I remember thinking in the 8th inning of that game, like, I can't believe it. It's my first year, and the Red Sox are going to finally get over get through the Yankee obstacle, and then that it was not meant to be that year.
So you know the feeling.
Exactly. It's a hard feeling.
So Jeremy,
The excitement's already there. There's, whenever it's a playoff game, it's upbeat and everybody's already ready to start getting involved, whether that's singing along or clapping along or just cheering.
when you're playing, what are your thought processes?
But I finish out each half inning, so tend to play something more, something that might happen, a home run. So I may play celebration, at the end of the half inning or something. Now we do this with a pitch clock. What used to be bum, 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 bum. Now it's just bum, 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 bum. And it's it. So
Right.
I've had to shorten things, come up with a little shortened version of different things that you did.
I keep wanting to say Kenny Boyer. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Jeremy,
Take that.
go ahead. Well, how would you answer that question? What are your thought processes?
I'm fortunate in St. Louis. We get to play. I really can play anytime I want to. The DJ really doesn't do a whole lot other
That's
than like
great.
he plays the walk-up song for the each player, and then he kind of lets me do whatever I want to do. But it's the same as Paul. You kind of think about what's happening, what's the mood of the game, how are the fans feeling, and growing up watching the team, like these guys, watch their teams, like you're rooting for the team too, and in your heart, kind of like what does this moment need? How can I take where the crowd is and kind of bring them up to another level? Maybe is there a fun song that matches the moment or the mood? I have 3 daughters from 12 to 22, and they're always teaching me new songs, and I like to try to pick up what they're doing, but I know I love the Great American Songbook and everything in between, but I also do classical stuff, and like the DJ or the other guys in the room are like, I remember that because of Bugs Bunny, and I'm like, yeah, because a lot of the classical music came from Bugs Bunny.
So kind of like jazz musicians, because you're improvising basically on the fly. You're playing whatever you're inspired based on circumstances. How about you, Josh?
Like you say, it's about kind of knowing the room, and so like Jeremy and Paul, they've got a ton of hockey experience, so they know how that is its own unique thing. They've got a ton of church experience. They know how that is its own unique thing, knowing what's the right song for the moment. I myself, I play in clubs, theaters, dive bars, stadiums, and it's always kind of about getting a read, and at the ball game, it's like, what is the mood of the crowd? Is this a Friday night drinking crowd, or is this a Sunday afternoon, families and kids crowd? Is the what kind of factor is the weather playing? Is it a cold rainy Tuesday night? Is it is the team on a hot streak? Is the team on a cold streak? Is the ace pitching tonight? Those are all little things that you think of, and then each organist, the assignment's a little different. There's some universalness, but then we each kind of do different things and have different styles, and I think we're getting to into our individual strengths. So like Matt Kaminsky in Atlanta has fantastic jazz chops. Let him play jazz.
I know. I heard him play in Giant Steps one day.
Yeah,